So sugar is predisposing you to aging. It is disrupting your gut microbiota. And not only probiotic, we should consume protein, healthy fats, the monounsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats to protect from aging. And you should consume probiotics if you don't want to age faster.
What is the relationship between resistant starch and inflammation? Did the resistant starch reduce inflammation, or how it managing the inflammation?
When there is the inflammation in the body, you will be obese. Also, certain metabolic diseases or diabetes, neurological diseases, even cancer is linked to inflammation, because there's a misconception of not eat this rice which was cooked earlier. Retrogradation is a process in which we cook foods and then cool it. There are various benefits of eating this cold food.
There is so many form of supplement. Which of them is good? The probiotic in capsule or in the drink?
Fermented foods, if we talk of idli, dhokla, dosa, these are again a very good source of probiotics, but we are consuming it in like cooked form. We have cooked idli, we have cooked the dosa, so all the probiotics got destroyed by the heat. There is something called as a gut-brain axis. So like gut is communicating with our brain and vice versa. Talking about the bad hormone, we have the cortisol, something called as a stress hormone. This is increased due to consumption of the junk food. I always say to my brother, junk food is kachra. Kachra. In Hindi it is called as a garbage. So don't eat junk food. I want to talk about the cholesterol levels also, which is increasing in Indians. And cholesterol is not only bad, which everyone thinks cholesterol is bad. No, there is good cholesterol, which we call as a high density lipoprotein HDL cholesterol, and there is a LDL, which is the bad cholesterol.
Hi everybody, I am Dr. Burhan. Welcome to NutriHerb broadcast. Today's topic is about functional food with the special guest from India, Dietitian Kushi. Welcome Kushi. Can you Kushi tell us about yourself?
Yes, Burhan. So I am Kushi Gopal Chandak. I am basically from Amravati, Maharashtra, which is in India only. And I am currently pursuing my master's in nutrition and dietetics from Symbiosis International University, and my field of specialization is nutrigenomics.
You must welcome Kushi. Okay, Kushi, our topic is about functional food. Yes. Can you give us or explain what is the functional food?
Okay, so functional foods are basically that foods which provide us health benefits when they are consumed in certain quantity. We have many ingredients which we use in our kitchen. The Indian tradition is full of various functional food. If I take example of turmeric, it is a functional food. And what is the main ingredient which provide health benefit which is present in turmeric is curcumin. And that curcumin is what we term as a nutraceutical. So what is a nutraceutical? It is basically the isolated form from the functional food which provides us with health benefit. And if I am talking about turmeric, I also want to mention that its bioavailability in our body is very low. Okay, so when we add another functional food named black pepper, which has piperine as a nutraceutical, so the bioavailability of this turmeric increases by up to 2000% when we combine these two ingredients. So this is a power that the functional food and nutraceutical hold, and they provide us with various health benefits.
Very good, Kushi. Kushi, in this episode, I want to discuss about functional food, which is resistant starch and probiotic. Can you just mention what is the resistant starch and what is the different type of resistant starch?
Okay, so resistant starch is basically that fraction of starch which escapes the digestion in our small intestine, and it enters the colon where it gets fermented to produce various acids. Like we have short chain fatty acids like acetate, propionate, butyrate, and these acids provide us with the health benefit. Now talking about the types, we have the resistant starch type 1, which is found in the grains which are like whole grains, oats. How is it resistant? How is it not getting digested? Because they are having hard covering on their surface. So that is not digested by our enzymes in the gut. So basically they directly reach the colon where they are fermented. Talking about type 2 resistant starch, that is found in the raw bananas, potatoes, And these are basically found in the natural form, and their digestibility increase when we cook them. Resistant starch 3 is something called as a retrograded starch. Now, this is very important from our point of view. Retrogradation is a process in which we cook foods and then cool it. And there are various benefits of eating this cold food, because there's a misconception of not eat this rice which was cooked earlier. So, like in the cooked and cooled rice, potatoes, there is formation of retrograded starch crystals, and these retrograded starch crystals are very important for people with diabetes, because if we see, the white rice has GI of about 70 to 80, which is a high GI food. So we can't suggest it to diabetic in the high amounts. So when we retrograde that starch, the GI or the glycemic index, that comes to around 50 to 60, which comes under medium GI. So we can suggest it to diabetic persons also. In fact, the brown rice also, which has a high GI as compared to that of the retrograded, when this brown rice is retrograded, the GI becomes lower, and that can be easily consumed by our diabetic patients. And last we have is the resistant starch 4, that is a synthetic form of resistant starch which we prepare in laboratory, and we can add it in certain ready-made food ingredients, like we add in the breads, pastas, to increase the fiber content.
Very good explanation, Kushi. Okay, Kushi, my next question is about how does resistant starch impact or managing weight and satiety?
So, resistant starch increases fat oxidation. So, when fat oxidation is increased, obviously fat burning capacity will be increased. Okay. Then there is a reduction in calorie consumption also, because this resistant starch is not providing the same calories, because it is not getting digested in the intestine. It is fermenting in the colon. So, it is not providing more calories. It is providing less calories than the normal starch. So, obviously, less calorie absorption will lead to weight loss. Third, there is something called as a glucagon-like peptide hormone 1, which is there for improved satiety. So, when you consume resistant starch, this GLP-1 hormone is increased. That gives signal to our brain like, yeah, our body is full. Now we have to stop eating. So, there is this hormonal collection also, which is linked to resistant starch consumption and hence weight management.
Very good, Kushi. Kushi, what is the relationship between resistant starch and inflammation? Did the resistant starch reduce inflammation, or how it managing the inflammation? Yes.
So, inflammation basically is the root cause of various diseases in the body, be it obesity, because when there is an inflammation in the body, you will be obese. Also, certain metabolic diseases or diabetes, neurological diseases, even cancer is linked to inflammation. So, eating this resistant starch has anti-inflammatory effect. It reduces the inflammatory cytokines which is there in our body. So, basically it reduces inflammation due to its anti-inflammatory effect. Second, it has the potential to reduce the oxidative stress. So, these free radicals pose a risk for you to increase the inflammation in your body. So again, oxidation is again linked to inflammation. So this resistant starch decreases the oxidative stress also, which is basically in our body, oxidative stress occurs due to bad diet, smoking, bad lifestyle, all these problems. So resistant starch help combat these issues. Thirdly, I want to talk about the cholesterol levels also, which is increasing in Indians. And cholesterol is not only bad, which everyone thinks cholesterol is bad. No, there is good cholesterol, which we call as a high density lipoprotein, HDL cholesterol, and there is a LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. So when we eat resistant starch, it increases our HDL levels, decreases the bad LDL cholesterol level, triglyceride levels. So again, it reduces inflammation in our body.
Very good, Kushi. And how the resistant starch managing constipation?
Yes. Because it is a fiber. Resistant starch is a fiber. It is getting fermented in the colon. So it is producing short chain fatty acids and fiber. In all, we know that it is very important to manage constipation. If a person is having IBS with constipation type, we suggest them with a fiber. In fact, I want to share my story of one client here, which is who is suffering from severe constipation. So I have not made many changes in the diet. I have just included one functional food known as a prunes. Prunes are great source of dietary fiber. Consuming prunes, we can soak the prunes at night, we can consume it in the morning. In just 2 weeks, the client's digestive health was improved, constipation, she was relieved from constipation. So fiber has a very important role in preventing constipation because it also add bulk to your stools. But it is very important that if you are consuming fiber, you have to consume enough water also. Otherwise, it will cause bloating and the other GI problems.
Okay, Kushi, as a dietitian, do you think if someone if someone come to your clinic as a client, do you recommend it to take or get resistant starch from food or supplement?
Okay. So Indian diet has various foods which are abundant in resistant starches: potato, rice, the legumes, grains. So these are the staple in our Indian diet. So if a person is eating normal, healthy, balanced Indian diet, I don't think there is a need to consume the resistant starch from supplement. One can easily get it from the diet, but also you have to know, if you are doing retrogradation, you are increasing the resistant starch. So you can include certain cooking techniques in your food preparation to increase the resistant starch content also.
Very good, very good, very good explanation.
And if someone's need is not fulfilling through the diet, if someone is looking for a therapeutic, personalized approach, then yes, I will recommend resistant starch to him or her due to their health benefits.
Okay, Kushi, you discuss the advantage of resistant starch.
Yes.
But what is the disadvantage of resistant starch?
Yes, obviously. If we are knowing advantages, we should know, because if we are taking resistant starch in excess also, it will pose a problem. So resistant starch, since it is not getting digested in the intestine, it is getting fermented. So there is a production of certain acids and there is production of certain gases like methane, hydrogen, carbon monoxide, all carbon dioxide. These gases are produced in excess, and these gases will lead to again flatulence or bloating issues in our client. So it is very important to balance the consumption of resistant starch. Also, for certain sensitive individuals, if they are having a problem like IBS, suppose. So in certain cases, we suggest them the low FODMAP diet. So in that cases also, we have to manage the consumption of resistant starch. Also, there is the concept where this resistant starch interferes with the mineral, vitamin, nutrient absorption basically. How? So the acids which I have mentioned, which are produced due to this resistant starch fermentation, it binds to the minerals like calcium, magnesium in our body, and due to this binding, it is binding to the resistant starch. The mineral is binding to the resistant starch, and that mineral is not getting absorbed in our body. So there could be deficiency of calcium and magnesium. So we have to take care that everything should be balanced. If we are only considering the benefits of resistant starch and eating it in excess, then it will obviously lead to the GI distress, flatulence, bloating, constipation, diarrhea also.
Very good, Kushi. Now we will start with the next type of functional food, which is probiotic. Can you tell us about probiotic? What is probiotic?
Okay. So probiotics are generally the live microorganisms which, when administered in certain amounts, it provides health benefits to host because it modulates our gut microbiota. What is gut microbiota? The community of bacteria that resides in our gut. There are good bacteria in our gut, there are bad bacteria. So probiotics, they enhances the good bacteria in our gut, and it leads to reduction in the pathogenic activity of bad bacteria by various mechanisms. In various diseases it is helpful, which we will see.
Kushi, which probiotic foods are popular in India?
Okay, so our Indian kitchen, it is filled with many probiotic products, But it is very important like how we are consuming the probiotics. So I am giving the example of curd here. Curd is a very good source of probiotic. It has lactobacillus acidophilus, which provides us health benefit. This is a good bacteria. But this bacteria, if you heat curd, if you are making certain products out of heating the curd, this lactobacillus will not survive the heating temperature. So it will get degraded. So there will be no benefit of consuming it. So we have to consume this curd in proper form, in the raw form, and it should be having viable number of colony forming units of that bacteria to give us some health benefits. So apart from curd, there are various different probiotic products, like we have the buttermilk, kanji, kefir. Kefir is made from the kefir seeds. Yeah. Then we have certain fermented vegetables like sauerkraut, we have kimchi, we have then we have certain fermented soy products, tempeh, tofu. These are good source of probiotics. Just we have to remember when consuming them that they should be live microorganisms which should provide us with the health benefits. So we should not cook and kill those microbes, and we can eat as much as possible. We should eat them raw. Again, there is a fermented foods. If we talk of idli, dhokla, dosa, these are again a very good source of probiotics, but we are consuming it in like cooked form. We have cooked idli, we have cooked the dosa, so all the probiotics got destroyed by the heat. But again, the fermented foods have their own benefits. They are a rich source of vitamin B12, again different vitamins, minerals. But regarding probiotic, we should not cook foods and then eat, otherwise the microorganisms will get destroyed. So
You
this
mean the food that contain probiotic? Yeah.
that should contain live microorganism, unlike that of the idli dhoklas. They don't have the probiotic in the amounts which will provide health benefit to us.
Okay, Kushi, which probiotic or microorganism is more better from food or from supplement?
I will talk first about supplement. So the probiotic from supplement, they are consumed mostly by people like athletes or certain who are having a specific health goal to achieve, so that they can consume the probiotic which has the precise dosage. They can take the precise dosage of probiotic which has a limited viable number of the microorganism, healthy bacteria in fact. So the supplement is for those who are looking for a therapeutic benefit. It is not for the common people, because common people we can take it from the food sources also. Like we have certain enriched or enhanced probiotic drinks also. We have yogurts, lassi, buttermilk, curd. They are preferred by those individuals who find it refreshing after consumption and who don't want to go for supplements. Also, I will suggest why to go for supplement if we can take the same benefit from food. So yeah, if you are seeking for a therapeutic dose, then obviously supplement.
Okay, Kushi, there is so many form of supplement in like pharmacy in market, but the most available form is capsule and drink. Which of them is good? Capsule or the probiotic in capsule or in the drink?
So if the person is finding the taste of the probiotic drink to be acceptable, then I would suggest to go for that, because again the bioavailability will be more in the drink form, as it is getting more easily digested as compared to the capsule form. But if the person is not finding the taste of certain probiotic, because certain people don't like the sour taste of probiotic drinks, so they can opt for capsule in that place.
Kushi, what is the relationship between urinary tract infection and in women and probiotic?
Okay. So basically UTIs or the urinary tract infection is due to the bad bacteria in the urinary tract of women. And as we have discussed, that this probiotics increases the good bacteria, not only in the gut, because we have various type of microbiomes. We have gut microbiome, we have microbiome in our lungs also. In the urinary tract also there is a different microbiome. So if there is a bad bacteria over there, so it could lead to UTI. But when you consume certain probiotic, like we have the lactobacillus acidophilus from the curd, it helps fight with that bacteria and improve the and increase the number of good bacteria over there, it decreases the chances of a woman to suffer from urinary tract infections.
Okay, Kushi, how the probiotic impact our mental health?
Okay. So there is something called as a gut brain axis. Okay. So like gut is communicating with our brain and vice versa through hormonal mechanism, through immunological mechanism, and through neuronal also. Neuronal, we all know that direct there is a neural connection through neurons. Immunological, why? Because when we eat these probiotics, there is a improved immunological mediators in our body, like there is an increase in the number of natural killer cells in our body. There is a improved in the phagocytic activity of macrophages. So when these are increased, there is a improved immunity. We are more able to fight against infection. And the third I have talked is a hormonal pathway. So there are certain hormones like we have the serotonin, dopamine, GABA. So these hormones, and you will be surprised to know that 90% of the serotonin is produced in the gut, and this serotonin is responsible for good mood, sleep. So obviously if you are eating probiotics, there will be more of this hormone production, and it will lead to good mood, reduce the anxiety, depression, and it will also improve the sleep quality. Talking about the bad hormone, we have the cortisol, something called as a stress hormone. This is increased due to consumption of the junk food. What I always say to my brother, junk food is kachra. Kachra. In Hindi, it is called as a garbage. So don't eat junk food. Your mental health will get affected. Because many people don't understand that there is a relation between gut and brain. So when you are consuming good food, when you are staying away from that kachra food, so obviously there will be good gut brain axis, good gut brain signaling, and that will lead to reduction in the cortisol hormones, increase in the feel good hormones.
Very good explanation, Kushi. Kushi, how the social media influencing probiotic awareness?
In our field, the social media has a very big impact. And nowadays it is also like people are learning various things, good things also, bad things also from social media, because many so-called nutritionists are saying any random advice on Instagram, all that. But there is a good side of social media also. There are certain like health influencers, we have doctors, we have nutritionists who are providing information regarding the health benefits of probiotics, because many people are not aware of the benefits. They are eating curd for the sake of eating, but they are not aware of the benefits. So these nutritionists and all these people, they have a very important role in conveying information in the layman terms to public. Also, there are certain product reviews which are available now on Instagram or certain online shopping apps. There are reviews from which the customers can get educated. They can, like if I am consuming a probiotic, I will write my experience, and from that someone else will benefit. So this is a cycle again. Then there is something called as a trend amplification. Means if there is a trend of certain diet or certain probiotic food in the market, so many people post that with the hashtags on Instagram, like hashtag keto diet. So the reach increases and more people get aware of this probiotic food, because I think social media is a very good platform to educate people about the various diet myths, advantages.
Yeah, Kushi, this led me to ask you one question about how are plant-based probiotic trending in vegan market.
Okay. So again, this veganism is also
Yeah.
very trending in the market. And many people are genuinely intolerant to lactose. So they can't consume from the dairy. The probiotic, they are not tolerating it from the dairy. So we can suggest them to go instead for certain supplements which are made from like soy or coconut, which have probiotics in them. So yeah, these supplements are for the certain vulnerable populations who are sensitive to lactose.
Kushi, which factor can enhance the presence of probiotic or microorganism in our gut?
So there is something called as a prebiotics. So prebiotics is basically the food for probiotics. Means probiotics are the good bacteria, prebiotics fuel this good bacteria to enhance the host. So it is like a bonus if we consume probiotic plus prebiotic, and this combination is called as a symbiotic. So I will explain it with the example of curd and onion. So curd here is probiotic and onion here is prebiotic. So onion has some nutraceutical compound like allicin, cysteine, which when combined with the probiotics, these compounds are being broken down by the probiotic bacteria, and these provide us with the health benefits. Like it is very useful for patients with cardiovascular disease, neurological disease, or even cancer, because there is a proven research that this probiotic prebiotic symbiotic combination is effective against colon cancer. So yeah, colon cancer, colorectal cancer. So this is if we have to enhance the effectiveness of probiotic, we should combine it with the prebiotic.
Prebiotic.
Yes.
Okay, Kushi, some physician prescribed probiotic with antibiotic to prevent or treat the diarrhea that associated with the antibiotic, like a complication. Do you think it should be taken the probiotic with antibiotic, or it should be there are a duration time between probiotic and the antibiotic?
This is a very interesting question, and this is a need for our audience also. So basically, antibiotics are suggested to kill the bacteria in our body when we have the bacterial infection. So these antibiotics not only kill the bad bacteria, but they also target the good bacteria in our body. This good bacteria also get disappeared from our body, which is not good for us. So the doctors generally prescribe antibiotics with probiotics to enhance the gut microbiome. But since this antibiotics is killing the good bacteria, taking probiotic with it makes no sense, because the probiotic good bacteria will also get killed. So many research suggested that you have to consume probiotics and the antibiotics with a duration gap of at least 2 hours. So if you are taking take your antibiotics as your doctor prescribes. After 2 hours, you can take the probiotic, because at that time, within this 2 hours, the antibiotic have done its work. It must have killed the bad and good bacteria, and we have to replenish the good bacteria. So after 2 hours, we can consume the probiotics. And since we take generally doctor prescribe it for 3, 5, 7 days, so we have to continue taking this probiotics after 2 weeks when your dose of antibiotics is stopped. Like today, if you're taking last dose of antibiotics, till 2 weeks you have to continuously take probiotics to replenish the good gut bacteria in our system.
Kushi, how is personalization shaping probiotic supplement?
Okay, so being as a nutrigenomist, this personalized nutrition is my field of specialization. So in personalized nutrition, we deal with microbiome testing and genetic testing. Microbiome, that is our whole gut microbiota, community of gut microbiota which resides in us. If we are testing that, and in the genetic testing, we are checking the genes, how the genes are predisposing you to certain diseases, how nutrients are affecting your genes. So from that testing, microbiome and genetic testing, we can get to know a more personalized bacterial strain of probiotic which provides you with the health benefit, because the main thing, probiotic has genus strain. Okay, so that there's a Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG. GG is a strain. That strain is specific for different health benefits. Now that strain might be beneficial for me, might not be beneficial for you. So how do we know this? So by genetic testing, we can know this, if the strain is useful for you or no. Because this Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG, it is very useful for people who are allergy also, or if the ICU patient is having ventilator associated pneumonia. So if some persons are having autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, so this Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG is very useful. But if we are prescribing it to a patient whose genes are not accepting it, not metabolizing it, then what's the use of prescribing? So genetic testing provides us with a personalized way, so we can get to know which bacterial strain is useful for us.
Very good explanation, Kushi. I have one more question, Kushi. Today we will not done with you. We will just
Yes.
ask you and ask you. Kushi, some physician, as you mentioned, used probiotic for treatment diarrhea that associated with the antibiotic.
Yes.
Some other physician prescribed probiotic for constipation.
Yes.
Is the same? My question is the same form of probiotic that use it, or is different type of probiotic?
No, the strains will vary according to what health benefit we are looking for. If we are looking for antibiotic associated diarrhea, so this is again the Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG strain will be useful for that. Or if you are talking about constipation, IBS, so there is something called as a bifidobacterium. So that will be useful for that patient. So there are several strains of this probiotic. We have to make this personalized to a person to provide them with the health benefits. Like we can't suggest randomly. So through genetic testing, we can get to know what your body is accepting and not.
Kushi, as dietitian, can a pregnant woman take probiotic?
Yes, why not? In fact, if the mother's microbiota is healthy, the baby's microbiota will also be healthy. And it is very important before the child is even born. The gut microbiota is influenced from mother. So if the mother is having alcohol or the mother is smoking, the gut microbiota of infant is also disrupting, which is a bad thing. We say don't give sugar to kids because from the infancy itself, if the gut microbiome is bad, then for the rest of the life it will be same, because there is a fact we can't change our gut microbiota. Okay, we can only eat that good bacteria. This good bacteria can transit from the GI tract. It will provide health benefit, but it will not colonize our GI tracts. So it's very important for the pregnant women to take probiotics because it will have an impact on the children's life also. And for the mother's point of view, if we are taking, mother's microbiome should be healthy for her health also, not only for her children. Because if the mother's microbiota is not healthy, she is prone to inflammation, oxidative stress, which again poses a risk to her health for various of the metabolic diseases. So yeah, for her own health also and for the child's health also, probiotics supplementation or consuming probiotics from foods is very important. I think we are only like focusing in our plate only on the healthy fats, protein, but no one is talking about the probiotics. But it is very important in every meal, or I can say in the 2 main meals of our day, we should be consuming probiotics in any of the form.
Kushi, can you tell us about leaky gut syndrome?
Okay. So basically our intestines are made to absorb water and nutrients from the food. But what if it become more permeable? So it can allow toxins also, some bacteria, harmful bacteria, undigested food particles to enter through that intestinal barrier to our blood. So these toxins, undigested food particle or bacteria, these get entered into our blood through this intestinal lining, and it causes inflammation in our body, and it will also lead to certain autoimmune disorders in our body, like we have the SLEs, rheumatoid arthritis, even obesity. It is caused due to inflammation. So this leaky gut, and why is this leaky gut happening? Due to refined sugar. That is the number one demon, I will say. Then there is a refined carbohydrates, all the maida from the breads, burgers, which today's people are eating more, and they are not eating sufficient fiber. Also due to alcohol, smoking, the gut permeability increase to the toxins, which results into leaky gut. And once these harmful toxic substances enter into your bloodstream, it will cause autoimmune disorders or many metabolic disorders also. Your heart health is also at a risk due to this leaky gut syndrome. As we have talked of the gut-brain axis, the gut-heart axis is also there. Because if the bad bacteria will enter to the heart, it can cause a blockage to the arteries which supply blood to your heart also. So it may be harmful to your heart health also. That's why it is very important to have a healthy gut, because unhealthy gut is the root cause of various problem. If your gut is healthy, you will be healthy. And our old ancestors also say the same thing, everything start from the gut only. So healthy gut means healthy you.
Very good, Kushi. Kushi, I have the last question for you. It's about the first type of the functional food, which is about resistance starch. Kushi, can we use resistance starch to prevent type 2 diabetes or for lowering blood glucose?
Yes, definitely. So, since we have talked of resistance starch 3, the retrograded one, as the GI of rice decreased from 70 to 50 when we retrograde the starch, like we cooked the rice, then cool, and then eat the rice. So, the GI is lowered, means the glycemic index is lowered. So, that will not lead to a sharp glucose spike which happens in our body after we eat the refined carbs or sugary items. So the blood glucose level will be balanced. Also there will be increased insulin sensitivity. Your cell will respond to insulin in a more better way if you are consuming resistant starch. So yeah, resistant starch is a very good approach to manage your blood sugar levels and preventing and treating type 2 diabetic individuals also.
Kushi, if someone have fatty liver, will he get benefit from resistant starch?
Yes. So as resistant starch increase your HDL, good cholesterol level, decreases your triglycerides, bad cholesterol level. So also as it reduces inflammation, reduces oxidative stress, which is increased in the fatty liver, consuming these probiotic foods will be beneficial to a person with a fatty liver, because there will be a balance in the cholesterol level. There will be management of the hyperlipidemia in the patient, because there is a management of the cholesterol level. Inflammation will also be reduced. The free reactive oxygen species or the free reactive nitrogen species in the body, which is increasing the oxidative stress, inflammation, it will be reduced.
Kushi, I have one more important question. What is the relationship between probiotic and aging?
So probiotics, basically it is maintaining the gut microbiota. It is protecting us from gut dysbiosis, means the disbalance between good bacteria and bad bacteria. Bad bacteria, when it is increased in our body through the bad lifestyle, smoking, or even the sugar. When you are consuming sugar, it get attached to the protein in your body, and it gets converted to advanced glycation aged products, AGEs. This AGEs damage your collagen and elastin which is present in your skin, and this collagen elastin is necessary to maintain the skin elasticity texture. If these are getting damaged due to eating sugar, your skin is prone to more wrinkles, and also you are more prone to aging. So sugar is predisposing you to aging. It is because it is disrupting your gut microbiota. So instead of eating the sugar, if we are maintaining the good probiotics, if we are consuming fiber, prebiotics, probiotics, that is symbiotics, if we are consuming it in proper combination, if we are consuming the strain which is suitable, personalized strain which is suitable to individual, we can protect ourselves from faster aging also. We have to and not only probiotic, we should consume protein, healthy fats, the monounsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, to protect from aging, because all these bad environmental lifestyle factors, this is also causing oxidative stress in our body. So all the cell, our body is basically made from cells. So in the cell, if there is an increase in the oxidative stress, there is an increase in the inflammation, it leads to production of certain harmful metabolites, and that leads to aging. So yes, probiotics and aging has a definite link, and you should consume probiotics if you don't want to age faster.
Very good. Then there is a good relationship between probiotic and skin.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you, Buran, for providing me this opportunity to showcase my knowledge on this platform of NutriHub. It was a very good initiative of you to host such a nice program. So we can, in a layman term, we can share our knowledge with people who are not very aware of this basic nutrition terms, and so by your initiative we don't know how many people are benefiting, and
sure.
to how many people indirectly we are giving some the advices or the
Advices,
knowledge,
and
so that
show them the way.
yeah, how to incorporate, because
Yes.
yeah, they know, we have discussed in the today's podcast fermented food is good, but in what way? So yeah, many people are not aware because of the social media. They are getting good knowledge and bad knowledge, so there should be such podcast thing, which is very, like, I found it very useful for mine also, because when I watch your other podcast, the previous podcast you should, so I also got to learn various things which we don't learn in our college also. So from this, yeah, I definitely say thank you for this opportunity.
Most welcome, Koshi. You're most welcome. And it will not be the last episode with you. We will be continue in other. We have other type of functional food, right?
Yeah,
And
I
should
will be very glad if
Yeah, yeah, and we will be pleasure to accept our invitation for next time also. Thank you very much, Koshi. Koshi, I am very glad to have you today in NutriHub broadcast to discuss this important topic about functional food. Thank you very much. And for my audience, thank you for your valuable time. Thank you for watching. We will meet next time, and good night. And can resistance starch be beneficial for liver function? Yeah, it's the same. It's the same.